The Orlando Magic last year made it to the NBA Finals, lost in 5 games, and have now made a host of changes. But are they better or worse? It's all part of our Countdown to Tip-Off series on CBSSports.com. Jason Horowitz, glad to be with you and glad to welcome back our NBA columnist Ken Berger to get everything going here on the NBA season, which tips off October 27th. It's the first of our Countdown to Tip-Off series. And Ken, they bring in Vince Carter, they lose Courtney Lee, and more importantly, Hedo Turkoglu. Are they better or worse heading into this season?
Well, I think overall they're better, and I don't think it's only the Carter deal. I think Carter replacing Turkoglu by himself, I don't think necessarily puts them over the top, because Turkoglu created so many matchup problems with his size and his ability to play on the perimeter. But I think with them being able to retain Marcin Gortat, grabbing Brandon Bass from Dallas, and then adding a really versatile player, an underrated player in Matt Barnes, I think those 3 moves combined, I think that makes them a better team than the one that lost in the finals.
How are they different? What kind of game will be different because Carter's on the floor?
Well, I think he's definitely more athletic and more talented overall than Turkoglu. Turkoglu was very good at what he did, which was running the side pick and roll and creating matchup problems as a 6'10" guy going against smaller forwards. But I think Carter will give them a little more versatility in terms of a guy who's been a scorer his entire career. Turkoglu was more of a facilitator and scorer, and I think Carter gives them someone that can maybe take some scoring pressure off of Dwight Howard.
That's the other question here, because so much of this revolves around Dwight Howard and the key to their success. What does this do for the man in the middle?
Well, I think on one hand it's good because it takes a little pressure off of him. He has kind of a superstar or close to superstar caliber running mate now. But I think at the end of the day, and this is my thing with the Magic, I don't think Dwight Howard can hide from the fact that he is the franchise player on that team, and I don't think that they can really insulate him from that too much. I think if this team gets to the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, it's going to be nice to have someone to take the pressure off Dwight, but I think at the end of the day, Dwight's going to have to be the guy, to carry his team, much like Shaq has carried every team that he's been on.
There's a lot of additions in the Eastern Conference this year. The Celtics helped out KG by bringing in Rasheed Wallace. We know about the Cavs bringing in Shaq and some other moves. The Wizards went out and made a couple of big moves from Minnesota. Is Orlando the best of that bunch, though?
I really think Orlando did the most overall to improve. I mean, if you look at the Celtics, you have to, I love the addition of Rasheed Wallace, but you also have to consider, Kevin Garnett almost as a new player for them. They missed him for so long last year, and not at all in the playoffs. So I think overall, with the combination of the moves we've talked about, I think Orlando became more versatile and better overall of all the title contenders.
All right, Ken Berger in Orlando, beginning a countdown to tip-off, the countdown to October 27th when the NBA season begins. Thank you, bud. We'll talk to you very soon.
All right, Jay. Sounds good.
All right, folks, and for more NBA coverage, including interviews with coaches and players from around the league, stay right here on CBSSports.com. For Ken Berger, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.